January of 2026 is officially over, so let's talk about the 4 books that I read that month. For starters, the first book I do not have on me, but I read Mort by Terry Pratchett. Now that is a part of the Discworld series. I believe it's the 3rd book in the Discworld, but the 1st in the Death series. And we are introduced to the character of Death. And our main character, Mort, is an apprentice for him. Now this book blurs the line between having such an odd sense of humor, but also being really existential. That was my first standalone Terry Pratchett novel, and I just have to say, I think Terry Pratchett could write literally anything and it would be interesting. The second book I finished was The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin. Now this is nonfiction. Now this consists of 2 letters, but they're essentially essays, but the first one is to James Baldwin's nephew, and it's on the 100-year anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. The second letter is Down at the Cross, a letter from a region in my mind. This details Baldwin's early life and the racism that plagued him growing up in Harlem as a boy. In just under 100 pages, Baldwin examines the systems of racial injustice and how we can come together to dismantle them. Now I finally read the short story collection Rejection by Tony Tula-Tamuti. Each of these interconnected short stories unabashedly explore what it's like growing up in the age of online dating and internet culture. It has a biting and unapologetic humor. This author is not afraid to deeply unsettle you. These short stories truly show some of the worst of humanity. The last book is a poetry collection by Richard Seikin called I Do Know Some Things. This is his latest collection, and it is a series of prose poems. These poems are essentially a reconfiguration and redefining of Seikin's life after having a stroke. We see how this trauma impacted Seikin's understanding of the world around him, how even the simplest of concepts became abstract and nearly intangible to him. Piece by piece, Richard Seikin reckons with his past, present, and future. I would love to know what books you read this January and what you're planning to read this next month in February. Alright, that is all. As always, thank you for listening.